Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Jessica Bueller, and I'm here tonight with Desiree Nelson to talk to you about taking control of your own biology by something called biohacking with a company that is called LifeVantage. I am a chiropractor in Central South Dakota. I also have certifications in acupuncture and NATE, an allergy elimination technique, and I am intentionally curious to discover new ways of helping people improve their health. And Desiree is a mama of two as well, also married. She works in a law office and has a significant passion for being a special needs advocate and a passion for the brain. So we are going to share some information with you. We hope you will see some of our underlying reasons for getting involved in this, and see if this is something that may or may not be for you. I know when I was first introduced to this, I left this meeting thinking I need more information, and I continued to research, and I've seen amazing changes not only in my own family but in so many other people. So I don't know where you are with your health and what you're looking for, but just try to keep an open mind and just see what there is that might be speaking to your heart tonight too. Desiree, if you could explain to us hijacking versus biohacking.
Sure. So one of the most common questions I get is, why do I do this? I take supplements, I eat well, I drink plenty of water. How's this going to be any different? Well, if that were the case, that was enough, we would have a ton of healthy people living to be 100+ years of age. That, however, as we know, is not the case. The rate of disease has been rising for years. One reason is because our bodies are being hijacked in ways that they weren't several years ago. We're stressed physically, emotionally, and biochemically by toxins that are put into our air, our water, our food, our clothing, cleaning products, and skincare products, just to name a few. Not to mention the toxic results of EMFs we get from electronic devices, radios, and microwaves. It's incredibly damaging to our cells. People say all the time, well, I take supplements, some of which are in what you're suggesting I take. Again, truly, if that were enough, the cancer rates, neurological issues, and other health issues would be declining. Again, this is not the case. They're rising at significant rates. Biohacking is a completely different mindset. Instead of supplementing a deficiency, we're activating the cells in our bodies using herbs. The synergy of the blend of these herbs literally have the ability to turn on parts of your cells, allowing them to function as they were intended. You're virtually turning on the good genes and turning off the bad genes. It's a pretty big deal. It's the difference of throwing a Dixie cup of water on a house fire compared to turning on the sprinkler system in a house fire. As you can see, the difference is quite significant.
So we're going to start by really going back into when this biohacking revolution began. And it all started with an ABC primetime investigative report that was done on our flagship product in 2005. And we are going to watch that.
The following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the history of aging itself. And as decades of experiments, they have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. And we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient, the following.
I stopped it there, and you can tell that the clip goes a little longer, but we can get you that if you want to see even a longer version of that. But obviously, that aired in 2005, and so since then, what we're going to do is update you about what has happened since then, because what was validated in that investigation has been even further validated since then. So we have media coverage, as you can see below. We have 7 U.S. patents on the specific benefits, whether that is anti-inflammatory, anti-tumor forming, anti-cancer, Obviously, there are 7 of them. And we also have international patents. So there are definitely some significant things that have resulted. And that is because that ABC started a flurry of research that began. And since then, we know quite a bit. But we had to learn a little bit, right? We have to learn what oxidative stress is, because the claim that we made in our first study was that we could lower oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. That has never been done before that study and has never been proven by anything else to produce that result, period, right? But what is oxidative stress? So look at this. You can see all these different systems, and then you can see how oxidative stress affects those systems. The thing is, oxidative stress, we need to look at that on a simple level, on a cellular level. We need to think about our bodies as if we are what we are, which is 37 trillion cells. So oxidative stress does not leave out any certain cell, right? It affects all cells. So the higher the oxidative stress load, the more cells are typically involved. So you think about this, any kind of itis, right? Sinusitis, osteoarthritis, Alzheimer's, chronic inflammation, diabetes, cancers of various types, kidney disease, asthma, you name it. You pick a system, and oxidative stress affects it somehow. So where do we get these? Like Desiree mentioned before at the beginning about these ways that our bodies are being hijacked, microwaves, exercise, in our water, in our air, just there's toxins everywhere. And if you think about an apple, right, the oxidation of the apple, that's the same thing that's happening to our bodies. Wear and tear and degeneration. And granted, we're still going to age, right? But we want to fix this imbalance of free radical damage over our ability to repair and heal. And that's what we're able to do with our product called Proteandum Nerf2 Synergizer. So how this works is that within every cell, there's a protein messenger called nuclear erythroid-like factor 2, NRF2. And when we take this synergizer, this exact blend of these 5 herbs, it activates this protein messenger, NRF2. That NRF2 messenger attaches to our DNA, and it causes an expression of certain genes. Over 200 human survival genes are known to be affected, and more are estimated as the research keeps unveiling. But one of those 200 that is positively impacted is our body's ability to produce its own antioxidant enzymes. And so what happens is we start producing them at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1 every single second. Oh my goodness, you guys, 1,000,000 to 1. I just said that. Supports natural cellular repair and rejuvenation. And we do have a study now on, since that ABC aired, proving that we can increase lifespan. We were the only natural product proven to increase lifespan in male mice by 7%, which is an average of about 5 years in humans. And this was put out by the National Institute of Aging. It was a 10-year study, multi-continental. We were the only product proven to be to increase lifespan. And it comes from a synergistic action of the blend. So each of these components taken separately do not give the same effect of taking the product in the exact blend that is there. Why? Again, that we have those patents, right? So we saw an 18-fold increase in the expression of the antioxidant gene with the combination that is in Proteandum. This is why it's so powerful. You can't just take those 5 things and get the same effect. Direct antioxidants would be like Desiree mentioned, where we try to throw a Dixie cup on our problems. It's just not going to work. You do not get a reduction in oxidative stress with any other antioxidant supplementation. And the reason why is ours is not an antioxidant supplement, right? We are not eating the antioxidants. We're not taking them. We're activating that pathway in the body. This is different than eating in our fruits and vegetables as well. You still need to eat fruits and vegetables, right? You still need a good diet. With NRF2 activation, we are activating a pathway in our body. We're not taking, we're making the antioxidants. These are the major universities and organizations that have researched this product. We were the only the only natural product featured in the journal Circulation, which is the Journal of the American Heart Association. That's very impressive. We have one in the Ohio State University, Louisiana State University, Harvard University. We even have drug companies that have researched our product. It's very impressive. This one was taken from a research article, peer-reviewed published research article available in PubMed that says NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. This is not our words, and this is not by somebody that the company did not fund this. Oregon State University, this in regards to NRF2, when it finds a problem, the NRF2 essentially goes back to the cellular nucleus and rings the alarm bell, where it can turn on up to 200 genes responsible for cellular repair, detoxification of carcinogens. Carcinogens are what cause cancer, you guys. Protein and lipid metabolism, antioxidant protection, and other actions. In their report, the scientists called it a longevity assurance factor. NRF2 in the Multiple Sclerosis Journal. This was published and funded by a drug company called Biogenetic, testing their product against Protandim, their synthetic product with side effects including brain infection and death. And this is still on the market for $54,000 for a 3-month supply. Our product is about $120 for a 3-month supply, right? $54,000, $120. Side effects, only positive side effects with Protandim. Interestingly, they found Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. And what is this for? For protection of the oligodendrocyte from oxidative stress. The oligodendrocyte is the basic cell of the nervous system. Think of how far-reaching this is, you guys. This is the central nervous system. It also affects your peripheral nervous system. Think of everything you know that affects the nervous system. How many things people suffer from that they could not be. So we have now 27 peer-reviewed published articles available in PubMed. If you go to pubmed.gov, that's where doctors do their research. It's where you want to go if you want to find quality research too, on just this product alone, our very specific product. Exactly. It's not like saying, go and find some research on fish oil, and then saying that that's the same as researching your very specific, your blend of fish oil, right? You need it to be on your product, and this is what we have. Okay, so this process of activation is also valid for another problem that many people suffer from called mitochondrial dysfunction. So Desiree, if you could tell us about this.
Sure. So after several years of having Protandim NRF2 on the market and reducing oxidative stress, our scientists asked what else is out there. Like, what else can we market to help to reduce aging and disease? What they found was the #2 cause of aging and disease, with oxidative stress being the #1 cause, is mitochondrial dysfunction. Mitochondria are your energy production. We give it food and glucose, and it gives us ATP energy. Mitochondria are prevalent in the brain, muscles, and for women in the ovaries. This is important for cognitive health, physical health, and reproduction. Mitochondria also supports healthy circulatory and cardiovascular systems. Our cells are constantly replicating, meaning that our mitochondria are constantly replicating as well. If we have fuzzy, weak mitochondria, it's replicated as fuzzy, weak mitochondria. When this happens, we often find that we have low energy, we don't sleep well, and we seem to be more susceptible to illness. Protandim NRF1, like Protandim NRF2, is composed of 5 natural herbs in low dosages, the synergy of the blend being responsible for activation of the NRF1 pathway. Protandim NRF1 is highly recommended to be used in conjunction with Protandim NRF2. They're known as the 1-2 punch. Because oxidative stress is responsible for our cellular damage, including the damage to our mitochondria, it would be a lost cause to only take Protandim NRF1 to repair your cells if you're not going to target the cause in the first place.
So the third problem is a leaky gut. So oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, leaky gut. So what sets us apart from other companies are those two products Desiree and I just talked about. Activation, right? Activation of NRF2 and NRF1 pathway. It's totally different concept than any other company has. But what we're looking to do are find ways to biohack our body, right? To outsmart all these processes, these dysfunctions that we have in our body. And one is a leaky gut. And we all have heard of probiotics, right? And how important they are. Leaky gut can lead to many things, right? Issues with your brain, your thyroid, your sinuses. It's where we get 65 to 90% of our immune function. Hormones are made there, neurotransmitters, 90% of our serotonin, 50% of our dopamine. It's very important to have a healthy gut, right? So what makes ours different? Two things: a biotract lining, which allows it to bypass that stomach acid and get deep into the small and the large intestine where we want them to be to do their job, and Wellmune, which is an added immune system boost. It contains yeast beta-glucans that are found in colostrum or a mother's first milk to give an added immune boost. So the survival rate of most probiotics is around 4%, and with our lining, we have a survival rate closer to 60%. And then the fourth problem. Go ahead.
The fourth problem that they found was fatty imbalance. So they came up with our omega. Omegas are important for our brain, our heart, and our skin health. The American diet contains tons of omega-6s, which are basically just fillers. We want to avoid omega-6s. So if you go out and buy a product containing omega-6, you look on the back and it says omega-6, you may as well just throw it out because it's a filler. Your body doesn't need that. What your body does need is the omega-3s. So the typical American gets 15 times more omega-6 in their diet than they do omega-3, which are the omega-3, again, are the healthy fats that our bodies need and crave. Our omega contains omega-3s and omega-7s. Omega-7s increase the metabolic rate and help to prevent fat cells from forming. Now, this isn't to be used as a weight loss. It does increase your metabolic process and prevents the body from storing more fat. Our omega also has vitamin D3 added. We all need more vitamin D. Our omegas are incredibly fresh. They can be traced back to the boat where the fish was caught for its meat. The rest of the fish is then used for our omega. You can tell the quality of this product. I've used a lot of different omega products with my daughter, and none of them have smelt pleasant. This one has zero fishy smell. There's no fishy burps, and you can definitely tell the freshness and the purity of this omega product.
So these four products together are what we call our Vitality Stack. And last year, the Vitality Stack won a Stevie Bronze winner of International Business Awards. Many countries, many products are entered into this. So this is a very prestigious award. It comes in jars where you open the jar and you take what's recommended from the jar, or in convenient to-go packets. And my family and I love the packets. It's already pre-measured, it's ready to go, and it's convenient. So this is our foundational nutrition regimen, the Vitality Stack. Desiree, you want to tell us about Axio?
Sure. So this is actually one of my favorite products. I feel that this doesn't get the attention that it probably deserves. Every day people wake up wanting something to drink to give them energy, or throughout the day they're looking for something for that energy. Most of what people are drinking is packed full of toxins, sugars, artificial sweeteners, and they're high in calories. People get the rush that they're looking for, but they also get the crash that comes along with those drinks. Axio is smart energy. It's food for the brain. You're feeding your cells. You get the NRF2 activation with pine bark, along with the L-theanine, which is known for its calming effects. DMAE, which has been tested in independent studies outside of our products, and proven to improve focus and mental clarity, especially for people who may be struggling with neurological issues such as ADHD, autism, and learning disabilities. Axio also contains B vitamins, which are good for the brain and good for weight and energy. quercetin, which is known for its ability to reduce inflammation, eliminate pain, protect against cardiovascular disease, and boost the immune system. Magnesium and green tea, which is an excellent source of energy. There's 100 milligrams of caffeine in the 3 flavors of caffeinated versions, and we also have 2 flavors in a decaf. These are sugar-free, non-GMO, vegan, and free of artificial colors or flavors. They come in little packets that you mix in water, shake up, and enjoy. They taste amazing, and the benefits we get are even more amazing. And in this picture, you can see where a kiddo who had ADHD had written out his spelling words, and a week later, you can just see the difference with his NRF2 activation and his Axio.
So we found our biohacking nutritional vitality snack. You can biohack your brain with Axio, and this is biohacking the skin. So after that study was released by the National Institute of Aging showing that our NRF2 product was the only natural anti-aging product on the market, they decided to make a product that could provide those benefits from the outside in. So we have it from the inside out, and now we have it from the outside in with this skincare line. And then, how about our 4-legged friends? People were giving NRF2 Protandim to their pets, to their dogs and horses and cats and dogs and you name it. So they formulated a version specifically for dogs. Provides a shinier coat, increases their playfulness, it gives them more energy, supports their joint health, hearing, and sight. And we have one, and it is the first the study done on a supplement for dogs formulated to combat oxidative stress, and one study showing that. Here we can biohack our hair. This is our most recent product. This is a NRF2 activation for the microbiome of your scalp and your hair follicle, and we are having impressive results with this. A shampoo, conditioner, and a scalp serum. Also, we have weight management line called Physique. Physique includes a protein shake with slow and fast release amino acids to help you stay full or longer and to increase muscle mass. And then it has a fat burn designed to target the visceral fat, the dangerous stuff that surrounds our organs, and a prebiotic powder that you add to water and drink, which acts as food for those probiotics. So that is our Physique line. So where we started in 2003, one peer-reviewed study, and then in 2000 and one patent. In 2005, we had that ABC Primetime Investigative Report, which started a flurry of media attention along with research funded by other companies and institutions and universities. We were on retail shelves from 2005 until 2009. When the company was going nearly bankrupt because people saw NRF2 activator on the shelf and did not even know what that was. So it was recommended to switch to direct sales. They did a 6-week trial hesitantly and found it to be 300 times more effective. And so they switched to direct sales because there's a story that needs to be told with this. You need to explain it. You need to point somebody to do their own research, to do their due diligence and take a look. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We have an exemplary corporate leadership of more than 100 combined years in network marketing. And look at this, you guys. What do we want? We want speed. We want convenience. This is the way of the future, right? Think about it. Uber, Amazon, Facebook, Airbnb. People are looking for ways to make their life easier, to eliminate the middleman and have products go directly from company to them. And this is where we are with the timing. Before tonight, perhaps you hadn't even heard of this company. I hadn't heard of this company, and I'm really intently looking for research. In fact, I was researching NRF2 activation when my dear friend was so sick with cancer, and we were using NRF2 activators in her diet, and we were using several of the products that are in the individual herbs that are in our products, but we didn't have the power of synergy. We didn't have that. So look at this. This is where we are. We're at the beginning, and this company is moving into momentum. We're coming out with good, clean products, so we can remove those toxins from various aspects of our lives and improve the performance of our bodies. We have this proven system. It's made simple so that you can do this from anywhere, that you can put in whatever the time is that you want to be able to do. You know, is it a half an hour a week? Is it 2 to 5 hours in a week? You know, what kind of a side hustle time frame works for you? And you're not just doing it by yourself. You're connecting with a team. You're in the business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You're getting help from your team. So you'll have a network of consumers, people just using the product. You also have a network of distributors, other people on your team wanting to share this with more people. You'll get paid weekly, and you also get paid monthly in a leveraged form. So, you know, when I first started, I didn't even know anything about this compensation plan, and I didn't really care, because what I wanted people to hear was all the science behind these products. I wanted you to understand how beneficial this could be for your health and the health of those that you love. But what I quickly learned is that if you do this as a team, you can impact way more people in a shorter period of time than you can trying to do it all on your own. Desiree, are you comfortable sharing this slide?
I think so.
Okay.
So the traditional linear income is, you know, you go to school and you learn for 20 years, you earn money for 40 to 50 years, and then you're left with not very much time to enjoy your life. With the leverage income that we have, you go to school for 20 years, and then you earn and learn for a few years and build your business, and then you have plenty of time to enjoy your life and enjoy your kids growing up and being involved in their activities.
So the idea is to never depend on a single income and make an investment of time and effort to create a second source. So you can call this a side hustle. You could call this a plan B, or you know, maybe it's something that you want to make your plan A. Maybe you don't like where you are in your current job situation. Or maybe you have never thought about what you might do if your spouse passed away, you know, or if you'd be able to make ends meet if something did happen. So here's our product lineup, you guys. We are a biohacking company. We have found ways to biohack the 4 major problems that people have: oxidative stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, leaky gut, and fatty imbalance with our Vitality Stack. We have Axio for the brain. We have weight management. We have hair. We have skincare, and we have pets. So these are the 3 options I want you to think about. Someone invited you here to hear this information, and so I want you to let them know where you stand when you get done with this. So are you ready to get started biohacking as a preferred customer? Is there something that is that you just can't wait to get into your body? Or would you like to join us biohacking by taking those products, but also sharing this with others as a distributor? Or perhaps you know somebody that we can help. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you're not into health, and maybe you're not interested in the business, but maybe you know somebody that this could be beneficial, that they might want to hear this. So you never know who is, you know, just praying for this information. So I encourage you again to get back to whoever got you on this call, and I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening, and Desiree and I just thank you for that. So get back to whoever it is that invited you, please.